Test, 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 test. All right. I hope I have this right. This is my third attempt at this video, so hopefully we get this one correct. I'm going to run through it. Pretty confident I have a spot on though. So today we're going to look at adding and subtracting algebraic fractions. I've gone through this, so I hope it's pretty quick and to the point. Really today, when we're looking at adding and subtracting fractions, you've got to think of like, if we've got a quarter plus a half, we should all know that's 3/4. But why? Well, if you've got a quarter here, whoops, that's a quarter of the pizza, and you've got a half, how's that 3/4? I mean, you can't say it's a quarter and a half. You could, but what you're really doing is you've got to make this fraction, both fractions the same size. So you've actually got a quarter and 2/4, and that's why it's 3/4. So what you want to look for is the lowest common multiple. So to do that, it would be 4, and then make the fractions equivalent. So that's really going to be a quarter plus 2/4, and that's why it equals 3/4. So really what we're doing, in that step we're really doing, well, we actually add the numerators there. So the plus comes up to the top because that's the size is the same. Now we can add, the how many of that size you have. So really what you're trying to do is you're trying to find the lowest common multiple for the denominators. So if you think of multiples for 2, you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, so on. And for 4, you've got 4, 8, 12. So there's lots of multiples for them that are in common, but the lowest one would be 4. So hence you do that. I mean, alternatively, you could times 4 by everything on this side and 2 by everything on that side. If you did that, that is a bit of a trick that some people use to just find the lowest common multiple, because then you've got 2 on 4 times 2, which is 8. Plus, you got 1. If you times this by 4, you're going to end up with, where are we? Yep, you're going to times this by, times that by 2. You get the quarter, the half needs to be times by 4. So it's going to be 2 times 4. Yep. So what you'll notice is that you have the same denominator on the bottom. Okay. So then you've got 4 on, still it's 4 times 2. These are both the same. Now I can add them like it's both 8. That's why you can now add the numerators, which will be 6/8, and then you can simplify, which is 3 on 4. So that's how we can basically go about adding and subtracting fractions the 2 ways. We just want the common denominator. We want the denominator to be the same. So looking at these 2 here, the lowest common denominator I can get between these will be 20. So I've got to times all this by 5 and that all by 4 in this case. So sometimes, it might be a lower one, but in this case it's not. So I'm going to have 5 lots of x plus 1 on 20. Because obviously 4 by 5 is going to be 20. Plus 4 lots of x minus 8 on 5. Now I can just expand these. Now I can actually join these. Whoops, that's going to be on 20, I should say. So it's 4 times 5. So I'm going to have 5 lots of x plus 1 plus, because these are the same denominator now, you can join them. So it's all going to be on 20, and it's going to be plus, this sign carries through, 4 lots of x minus 8. Okay, now I can expand these. So it's going to be 5x plus 5 plus 4x minus 32. That's all on 20. And now I can collect like terms. So it's going to be 9x minus 27 on 20. And that's where we are. So now I can take out a highest common factor because it might cancel down slightly. If you take out 9, I got 9, x minus 3 on 20. Now that doesn't cancel down. So that's as far as I go. But let's just say it was on 18. Darling, if you can hear my daughter in the background, she's having a good old time. I think she's having some muffins. So if that was on 18, you could cancel out the 9 and the 18, which would then give that a 2. But in this case, you can't. 9 and 20 don't have anything in common, so we can't do that. But that's why it's good to always take out your highest common factor, because you might get there. So this next one here, if we think about the lowest common denominator, it'd actually be 12, because 4, 8, 12, 6, 12. So I need to double this and I need to triple this one. So I'm going to times everything by 2 on here. So it's going to be 5x minus 1 on 12. Minus 3 lots of x minus 1 on 12. So that's going to give me 10x minus 2. Now don't forget, oops, I'm expanding. I don't want to do that. That's going to be 2 lots of 5x minus 1 minus, because it's the same denominator, we bring this up, 3 lots of x minus 1. And that's all going to be on 12. So we've got 10x minus 2 minus 3x plus 3. Now, don't forget, guys, we need to make sure that we're taking this multiplication and multiplying it out on both of them. So negative 3 times negative 1. So it's going to be plus 10 minus 2 minus 3x plus 3. So I got that right. Now I can collect my like terms, which is going to be 7x plus 1 all on 12. Sorry about the writing there. Got a bit messy. So that's sort of where we're at, being a bit rushing through it because it's like the third time. And that's how you can add and subtract those. So you're really trying to make the same common denominator. These ones get a bit trickier. What you want to do, though, is you want to make this denominator the same. So because you can't, like, you know, there's no common, there is a common multiple between these, but because you can't times this by 2 or 4 and get that on the same, I just need to multiply x plus 4 by these two and x minus 1 by the numerator and denominator. So what that will look like is 9 lots of, where am I? 9 lots of x minus 1 on x plus 4, x minus 1, plus 3 lots of x plus 4. And we've multiplied x plus 4 by the numerator and denominator, x plus 4, x minus 1. So that would leave me with 9 x minus 1 plus, remember this comes across up the top because now you've got the same denominator, 3 lots of x plus 4, all on x plus 4, x minus 1, the same denominator now. So I can expand that now, 9x minus 9 plus 3x plus 12. So again, just, you know, double checking 9x minus 9 plus 3x plus 12. I've got my additions and negatives right. And that's going to be on x plus 4, x minus 1. Okay, now I'm going to collect my like terms and then simplify and take out any common factors to see if I can actually cancel it down. So we've got 12x, I should say. So we've got 12x plus 3 on x plus 4, x minus 1. So that is going to be take out a common factor of 3, which will be leaving me with 4x plus 1 on x plus 4, x minus 1. Okay, so I can't actually cancel any of these out, but just say if that was like, if this was 4x plus 1, I could cancel out that with that, but it doesn't. That's as simplified as I can go there. With this one, it's going to be the same principle again, because I need to multiply, you know, this denominator by the numerator and denominator, this denominator by the numerator and denominator. So it's going to be 7 lots of x plus 3 on x plus 3, x minus 1. Minus 5 lots of x minus 1, because I've got to multiply that by x minus 1 by, what have we got, x plus 3, x minus 1. So now the same denominators. Now I can do 7x, oops, sorry, 7 lots of x plus 3 minus, because that's now we're taking it away, 5x minus 1. Some people do change the symbol, so just be careful. That's still going to be x plus 3 on x minus 1. So it's going to be 7x plus 21 minus 5x plus 5. So that is on x plus 3, x minus 1. So now I can say that is 2x plus 26 on x plus 3, x minus 1. That's going to be x plus 13 if I take it out, so that can't cancel down. So that's how you add and subtract your fractions with you know, algebraic terms. The last one to finish it off, let's look at this one. This is 6 on x, and this is actually minus 2 on x times x, which is x squared. So to make this equivalent, I just need to times this by x to get it on x, and obviously then I need to times this by x as well. So that's going to make it 6x on x squared minus 2 on x squared, which leaves me with an expression 6x minus 2 on x squared, and that's as simplified as you can go. So have fun. I hope this video worked. Third time lucky. As I said, just get through what you can today. Any questions you don't get right, just put them in the back of the book, and we'll address them when we come back. Take care, guys, and good luck, and I'll see you on Thursday, I hope.